Hey everyone, I'm launching my mountain bow hunting course, and for the first 50 people to sign up, please use code EARLYBIRD for 50% off. I want to get it in as many hands as possible before season, so please join me at mountainbowhunting.teachable.com and let's go scare some animals out of their beds together. See you around the pond. Quiet clothes. That is why I actually put this particular fleece on. It's very warm and comfortable, and it's a little chilly out with this wind actually. But you can hear on the mic. Maybe you can't hear on the mic. It's very quiet. When there's no wind and it's dead calm out here, man, you can hear a pine needle hit the ground. It is so dead quiet out here sometimes. So this can be really flippin' loud, and that can get a deer's attention. So ways to get around that: you can do this funny like stalking walk where you keep your crotch real wide. I'm not kidding. Keep your crotch real wide. Another option that you definitely see traditional hunters do, because they really need to get close range, is sometimes they'll take off their pants and go down to their skivvies, just because that's going to be dead quiet. Your bino harness is often going to be really loud. You don't realize how loud this stuff is. Go into a silent room, wait till the family's gone, do that thing, and then get your bino harness out and like scratch your fingers on it, or yeah, just scratch. That'll be like a stand-in for a twig, and you'll just hear it go zzz, 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 zzz. And so most bino harnesses are loud as heck. Just test all that stuff when it's real quiet, and you'll notice how loud that is. So we've got our stance, we've got our hook, our grip, we've set our head position. Nothing fancy about that, just an up, you don't want to be hunched over. Just a nice upright head position, squared at the target. And you're going to be pushing down with this. And what that pushing down does is it sets that arm down in the shoulder socket, and it'll help you keep your shoulders down as you draw. There's a temptation right about now as we bring the bow up to raise our shoulders like that, and we don't want to do that. What we want to do after we set our hook, set our grip, push the bow down, set our head position, our next step is to raise the bow. We're not going to draw the bow yet, but we are going to raise the bow, and we like to raise it just a little bit above the target. And again, when we raise the bow, I want you to think about there being big old door hinges in your shoulder. Your shoulder, its only motion that's allowed is a hinge motion. There's a little circular pin that goes right through your shoulder, and that is the rotating point. So just practice that a few times, just keeping your shoulders calm and just raising your bow. This was a big problem for me when I was in the development of my archery shot. I would definitely like to raise my shoulders, and so just keeping them down and just hinging them up. Keeping your shoulders very quiet when you do that. So they've hinged up, and the next thing I want you to do, in the trees, if you can at all, in the trees. It's really tempting to go beyond that scenic Pride Rock overlook, but you're going to be really exposed to both the sun and the wind and any rain that comes through. That's another huge advantage of being amongst some trees that are, oh gosh, 100 feet tall, is that they're providing a lot of shade. And if you get in the right bunch of trees and it's pretty tight, there'll actually be areas, regardless of the direction it's facing, on the ground that will never receive sunlight. If you do not learn and make conscious effort to integrate back tension into your shot, you will most likely be drawing the bow with what we call shoulder pulling. The string can follow a very similar path of being drawn, but again, it's very interesting, depending on the deliberate effort or not to activate these muscles back here, these ones that you see moving. You'll see, watch now, it doesn't move. You can make this same path of travel with your hand, but turn on those back muscles or not. And so most folks, most of us, I know that I shot without back tension for a long time. What I have done to mine that I highly recommend you do with yours is I put a long barrel nut into the top of the handle. So a nut is obviously got threads on it, and a barrel nut is just a long one of those. So I drilled down here with something a little bit bigger than a 1/4 inch drill and something a little bit smaller than a 1/2 inch. And I did my best to drill a straight line. And then I epoxied in this barrel nut. And step the next was to find a matching bolt of the same thread pitch, and then I just put a couple more nuts on this to stop it. So this goes into there nice and easy, and it's got that bit of tape on it just to give me some grip, and so that's in there now. And then cut while I get the next part, and lo and behold, this binocular holder piece thing, which is not meant for this at all, has that same thread pitch in it, a nut in here. So I've got a nut in my handle, got the bolt connecting this, and then that bolt will go right into this here. And we have a homemade monopod glassing platform. Holy crap, game changer. I found this guy. You can get these guys very affordably online, you know, all the big box names. And it's just a toilet seat without a bottom. Stainless steel, so you can wash it off easily. Obviously doubles as a very comfortable and slightly amusing seat. And so this has been my solution. Just something where I can actually take the weight off my legs, not be tensed up, and just sit. Want to spend less time figuring out how to hunt and spend more time scaring animals out of their beds? Check out my course at mountainbowhunting.teachable.com. The first 50 people to sign up get 50% off with code EARLYBIRD. See you around the pond.